I never thought I'd end up sleeping in the server room, surrounded by humming racks of hard drives that sounded like 1,000 angry bees. But that's exactly what happened the night I decided to hack my way into Elena's private files, right after she framed me for embezzling from the very company she'd sworn to protect. And the kicker? The secret I uncovered wasn't just enough to bury her. It could torch the entire board, including the man I'd once called Dad. It started 6 months ago, in the glass tower heart of Silicon Valley, where dreams die faster than startups flop. I was Valerie Kane, rising star at Apex Innovations, the kind of tech firm that promised to revolutionize AI ethics while quietly raking in billions from shady government contracts. I'd clawed my way up from intern to VP of compliance in 5 years flat, late nights fueled by cold brew and sheer spite for anyone who thought a girl from the wrong side of Fresno couldn't hack it. My mentor?
Elena Vasquez.
The queen bee herself, sharp as a stiletto, with cheekbones that could cut glass and a Rolodex of connections that spanned DC
to Dubai.
She was the one who'd pulled me aside at my first all hands, whispered, "Kid, you've got fire. Stick with me, and we'll burn this place down in a good way."
Lies.
All of it. But back then, I bought the sisterhood shtick hook, line, and sinker. We were the unbreakable duo, me handling the regulatory nightmares, her charming the investors with TED Talk smiles. Until the audit hit. Apex was bleeding cash, offshore accounts vanishing like smoke, whispers of kickbacks to foreign lobbyists. The board was sweating. And Elena? She looked me dead in the eye during our emergency powwow and said,
"Val,
you're the only one I trust with this. Take the heat." "I'll make it right. Take the heat." As if demotion was a warm bath. The hook came fast and filthy. That Friday, HR called me into a conference room that smelled like stale donuts and desperation. "Valerie Kane, you're being reassigned effective immediately. Basement ops."
Non-disclosure violation suspected.
Suspected? I'd signed off on every damn memo Elena shoved my way. But there it was on the projector. Forged emails from my account, authorizing phantom transfers to a Cayman shell company. My signature, digitally perfect, but not mine. The board, led by my estranged father, Richard Kane, the founder who'd ghosted me after Mom's overdose when I was 12, didn't even blink. "Family or not," he said over speakerphone, his voice like gravel. "Integrity first. Integrity." From the man who'd built his empire on stolen patents. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just nodded, packed my desk into a banker's box, and rode the elevator 20 floors down to the basement. The air down there was thick with recycled chill. Fluorescent buzz, the only company besides dusty servers and a folding cot I'd scrounge later. My new office was a glorified closet next to the HVAC unit, assigned to data integrity monitoring, code for babysitting obsolete backups while the real work happened upstairs. Elena stopped by once, all faux sympathy, her Louboutins clicking like Judgment Day. "This is temporary.
Val.
Play nice, and I'll pull strings." Her hand on my shoulder felt like a snake's coil. I shrugged it off, bit my tongue. But that night, alone with the glow of my laptop, the rage crystallized. If she wanted to play dirty, I'd rewrite the rules. Hacking Elena's system wasn't rocket science, not for someone who'd coded her first virus at 16 to spite a high school bully. Apex's firewalls were state-of-the-art.
Sure.
But people were the weak link. A phishing email to her assistant, disguised as a caterer's invoice for that schmoozy gala she loved. And boom, credentials in hand. I dove in at 2 a.m., the basement's hum masking my frantic keystrokes. Her inbox was a goldmine of red flags, deleted threads with Apex's CTO, blueprints for an AI that could predict voter fraud patterns, ethically bankrupt, but profitable. Then, buried in an encrypted folder labeled Legacy, I hit pay dirt. It was a video file, timestamped 2018. Grainy boardroom cam, Elena. Younger. Fiercer. Arguing with Dad over expansion funds. Richard. This isn't just money, it's leverage. The Saudis want discretion. Him. Red-faced. No. We draw the line at human rights violations. Cut to static. Then a splice, Elena alone. Dialing a number. It's done. The kid takes the fall. The kid?
Me? No, revind.
The footage looped to a sidebar email chain. My blood ran cold. It wasn't about the current audit. It was ancient history. 8 years back, when I was still in college, interning at Apex's summer program. A data breach, millions in client info leaked. Dad's golden boy, my half-brother Alex, had botched the security patch.
Panicked.
He'd begged Elena to cover. She did, by pinning it on the eager intern, me. I'd been scapegoated, blackballed from other firms, forced to grind through lesser gigs until I fought my way back. All while Alex sailed to the C-suite on Daddy's nepotism. The betrayal sank in like bad whiskey. Elena hadn't just thrown me under the bus this time. She'd been driving the damn thing since I was 20. And Alex? That smug prick. With his trust fund jawline and whispers of Val's too emotional for exec, knew every detail. They'd been in cahoots. Flipping alliances like poker chips, Elena playing loyal to Dad, Alex feeding her intel, both skimming the pot. The secret? Not just the old cover-up, but a live one. Apex's crown jewel AI wasn't ethical oversight. It was rigged to manipulate elections. Sold under the table to PACs. Proof in ledgers. Elena's signature on wire transfers totaling $50 million. Laundered through Alex's charity foundation. Ruin the company? This could topple administrations. I sat back. The server's fan whirring like my pulse. Revenge wasn't a plan, it was oxygen. But how? Leak it anonymously. Watch the dominoes fall? Or drag them into the light? Force confessions? The basement walls closed in. Forcing choices I never wanted. Upstairs. Lives I'd built. Colleagues who'd become friends. A half shot at reconciliation with Dad, hung in the balance. Down here, I was invisible. A ghost in the machine. Perfect for striking from the shadows. The next week blurred into a fevered dream of reconnaissance. By day, I played the Demoted drone, logging error reports, nursing coffee from a thermos that tasted like regret. By night, I mapped their web. Elena's calendar was a liar's symphony, brunches with senators, strategy sessions with Alex that reeked of after-hours hookups. Dad's emails, snagged via a backdoor I'd planted in the shared drive, painted him as the oblivious patriarch. Trust Elena, she's family.
Family.
The word curdled. He'd chosen her over me twice now, once when he walked out on Mom's funeral, mumbling about business pressures, and again when he let this farce slide. I started small, testing waters. An anonymous tip to the SEC hotline, vague enough to stir audits, without fingering names. The stock dipped 2% Monday. Elena's text to Alex lit up my intercepts. We have a rat. Find it.
Paranoia was my ally.
Then came the controversial call. Plant dirt on a whistleblower ally? There was Marcus, the grizzled IT guy upstairs who'd always had my back, slipped me extra RAM for my rig once, winked about corporate overlords, leak a fake trail pointing to him. Draw their fire?
No.
Too slimy. Instead, I went bolder, spoofed an email from Alex to Elena, accidentally BCCing the board. Subject: Q4 diversions. Your cut confirmed. Attached: a doctored spreadsheet showing her 10% skim. Chaos erupted Tuesday. Emergency meeting. All hands panic. I watched from the feeds I'd tapped, grainy, but clear enough to see Elena's mask crack. This is sabotage, she hissed, eyes darting. Alex, sweating through his Brooks Brothers, stammered. Must be external hackers. Dad, pounding the table. Find the leak. Or heads roll. Mine would've. If they knew.
But the beauty?
It force flips. Elena cornered Alex post-meeting. Per my bugs. You idiot. I told you to use the burner. Me? You're the one who pushed for more. Their alliance frayed like cheap thread, perfect for the wedge I drive. By Friday, the basement felt less like exile, more like command central. I'd rigged a secondary monitor from scavenged parts, walls papered in printouts, timelines of betrayals, flowcharts of funds. Sleep came in fits, haunted by what-ifs. What if Dad wasn't clean? His signature lurked on those old breach waivers. What if exposing Elena tanked Apex, costing thousands their jobs, including mine? If I survived, the moral quagmire deepened. Revenge tasted sweet in theory, but up close, it was arsenic-laced ambition, blurring lines between justice and vendetta. That's when the antagonist truly emerged, not just Elena, but her chameleon soul. Saturday dawn. A knock echoed down the hall. Her, in yoga pants and a hoodie, looking every bit the relatable boss babe facade.
Val.
We need to talk. I let her in, feigning surprise, heart hammering. She paced the cramped space, heels swapped for sneakers, disarming. I know you're hurting. The demotion. It wasn't personal. Bullshit. I sipped my coffee. Let silence stretch. Then what was the email trail?
Elena?
Sloppy accounting. Her laugh was brittle. That's what this is? You think I God.
Val.
You're smarter than that. Alex is unraveling. He's the leak. Feeding rivals. I covered for you back then because Richard would have fired you both. Family sticks. Lies wrapped in half-truths. The old breach, she spun it as protection. Me the innocent pawn in Alex's screw-up. But the video I'd scrubbed clean said otherwise, her glee at the diversion.
Still.
Doubt wormed in. Was she flipping now? Throwing Alex under to save skin? Or baiting me? Prove it, I said, voice steady. She pulled a USB from her pocket, real ledgers. Alex's name bold on the diversions. Help me bury him. You get your office back. We run this place, women like us. The offer hung. Controversial as hell. Join the snake. Or strike alone. My finger hovered over the delete key for her gift, virus-laden. No doubt. But ambition flickered. What if we could? I stalled. Give me 24. She nodded, eyes gleaming, hook set. That night, cross-referencing her drop against my hacks, fakes, all of it. But one gem, a buried memo from Dad, authorizing the AI's enhanced features. He knew. The patriarch wasn't oblivious. He was complicit, flipping his own ethics for legacy. The web tightened, Elena scheming against Alex. Alex loyal to Dad's wallet. Dad, shielding the Empire at all costs.
Me?
The wild card. Demoted but armed. The climax brewed over the next fortnight. Tension coiling like a spring in a Bay Area fog bank. SEC probes deepened. Reporters sniffed around. One even cornered me in the lobby. MS.
Kane.
Any comment on internal fraud? I stonewalled. But inside, the split loyalties tore. Elena ramped her charm offensive, coffee runs, girl talk about shattering glass ceilings, even a veiled nod to mom's struggles. I lost my sister to pills too. I get it. Manipulative bitch. But it landed. Alex. Cornered. Tried brute force. Cornered me in the stairwell. Breath, whiskey sour. Stay out.
Val.
Dad's watching. Threat or plea. His eyes, haunted, like mine in the mirror. Decisions mounted, each grayer than the last. Leak the AI specs to a journalist. Spark congressional hearings? It'd gut Apex. But expose the rot. Or selective burn. Frame Alex fully. Let Elena rise. Then topple her from within? Controversial as voting third party in a swing state. Risky. Divisive. Readers would argue, was I hero or hypocrite? Trading one devil for another? The boardroom loomed. Dad's quarterly address set for Thursday. My stage.
Ishoskel.
Wednesday night. Basement ablaze in code. I compiled the dossier, video, ledgers, memos, all time-stamped, irrefutable. Scheduled a mass email to drop at keynote's peak. Board.
Press.
Even Elena's hubby. The oblivious DA back east. But twist, an auto-reply option.
Key to her login.
Let her confess. Or watch it fly. Sleep evaded. Ghosts whispered. Mom's voice. Don't become him.
Vol.
Thursday dawned gray. Drizzle slicking the streets from my porthole window. I suited up, black sheath. Power heels scavenged from lost and found, and ascended. The auditorium buzzed. VCs in Patagonia vests. Reporters with iPhones primed. Elena on stage. Radiant. Touting transparent innovation. Alex fidgeted in the wings. Dad. Silver-haired lion. Nodded approval. I slipped into the green room. Heart a jackhammer. She found me there, alone with the craft services. Val, what are you? Recognition dawned. Fury flashing. You did the email. The drop. I smiled.
Cold.
Your move.
Elena. Confess.
Or we all burn. Her laugh was venom. You think you're righteous? This company built you. Without us. Us? You stole my shot. Twice. The air crackled. Her hand twitching toward her phone. Abort code?
No.
She straightened, mask slipping to steel.
Fine.
But know this. Richard greenlit everything. The breach.
The AI.
He's the Snake King. The betrayal layer, Dad. Not just complicit. Architect. Flips complete. Elena turning state's witness in her mind. Me the executioner. The keynote horn blared. She bolted. Me trailing to the wings. On stage. Dad boomed. Apex. Ethics in action. My finger itched for send. Then the twist, the one that'd spark bar fights and Reddit threads. As Elena hit the podium for a Q&A, her phone buzzed, my trap sprung early. A preview ping to her only. Face ashen. She ad-libbed. Ladies and gentlemen. Transparency demands truth. Words tumbled. Alex's fraud, the schemes, even the AI's dark underbelly. Gasps rippled, Dad's face purpled. But she didn't stop, pivoted. And Richard Kane, my partner in building this, shares the vision.
Shares.
Not implicates. Her flip, shield Dad, sacrifice Alex, position herself as reformer. I hit send anyway. Full blast, proofs flying, naming all. Chaos detonated, sirens wailed outside. Feds swarming from planted tips. Alex bolted, tackled mid-aisle. Elena, tear-streaked, hugged Dad as cuffs gleamed.
Me?
I stood frozen. Dossier's architect. But the final email, my anonymous coda, revealed the hacker. Valerie Kane, reclaiming what's mine. Cuffs for me too?
No.
The twist's gut punch. Dad's private line to me. Mid-melee. Voice breaking. Val. I knew about the breach. Protected you both, family. Protected? By letting me rot? But Elena's eyes met mine across the scrum. Gratitude? Or promise of war? As agents hauled Alex. She mouthed. We finish this. Together. The fallout? Apex crumbled. Stock cratered 80%. Jobs vaporized in headlines screaming Kane Dynasty's fall. Dad retired to a vineyard estate. Health reasons, but not before a quiet settlement. My name on the patent for the ethical AI reboot. Elena walked free on immunity. Flipping to consultant for the restructured board, my board. If I played. Alex? 5 years federal. Ruining his silver spoon.
Me?
Promoted to CEO. Basement scars a badge. But victory's ash. Mom's ghost lingers. Whispering if the revenge healed or hollowed. Elena's lunches resumed. Sisters now. Her schemes veiled. My trust fractured. Readers split. Did I win? Or just inherit the throne of snakes? Was Elena redeemed? Or the ultimate survivor? Dad's letters pile unopened. Forgiveness a luxury I can't afford. In the end, Silicon Valley spins on. Fog lifting for the next grift. I'm at the helm. Heels clicking boardrooms. But nights, back in that server hum. Wondering if the real secret was mine all along. The capacity to destroy what I loved most.